In this video, we will learn about electric cell, which is also a source of direct current. You must have seen the cells which are used in your TV remotes, which are used in electric gadgets, which are used in torches. These are of cylindrical type, like this. You must have seen them. Or you must have seen the cells which are used in wristwatches. These are round cells. So these cells or a combination of these cells provides direct current to an electric circuit or a device. So what is direct current? The direct current is the current which always flows in the same direction, which is from the positive terminal of the cell to its negative terminal of the cell through the electric device or the circuit. So the main point in direct current is that it flows in the same direction. Generally, the direct current is abbreviated as DC. So whenever you see DC, it is an abbreviated form of direct current. So what is the principle of the cell? An electrochemical cell, which is commonly called as a cell or an electric cell, is the simplest source of direct current. So it is the source of direct current. In a cell, chemical energy changes into electrical energy so as to provide direct current through a circuit. So in the cell, there are chemical reactions taking place. It converts chemical energy into electrical energy so as to provide direct current through a circuit. Functioning of electrochemical cell. As we have already discussed that an electrochemical cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So there are chemical reactions that are taking place in the electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell consists of two rods or plates which are of different metals. So mainly there are cylindrical rods which are known as electrodes. And these electrodes are dipped in a solution, and this solution is known as electrolyte. When the chemical reaction takes place, it produces a definite potential difference across the two electrodes. And due to this potential difference, when the cell is connected to a conducting circuit, the current starts flowing. Thus, in order to maintain an electric current in an electric circuit, the chemical energy stored in the cell is being continuously spent, and in turn, electrical energy is produced. Now, let us see what are the types of cells. The first type of cells are called the primary cells. You must have seen the cells which you throw when you have used them once they are dead. These types of cells are called primary cells. So, in this, the chemical reactions which are taking place are non-reversible. These cells cannot be recharged again and again. And when the entire chemical energy of a cell has been converted into electrical energy, cell becomes useless, and that is why you throw them and you discard them. Examples of primary cells are simple voltaic cell, Lange cell, Daniel cell, and dry cell. So these are the examples of primary cells. Let us see the images of these cells. The first image is the voltaic cell. In voltaic cell, there are two electrodes. The first electrode is anode and second electrode is cathode. Anode is negative and cathode is positive. Both these electrodes are dipped in the same beaker in the same electrolyte solution, and these electrodes are separated by a porous partition which is represented by this dotted line. The second image is of the Lange cell and the third image is of the Daniel cell. In case of Daniel cell, both the electrodes are dipped in separate beakers in the electrolyte solution, and both these beakers are connected with the help of a salt bridge. The second types of cells are called secondary cells. You must have seen the cells which can be charged again. Once they are dead, we can use them again by recharging them. These types of cells are called secondary cells. The most common example which you use in your daily life is your mobile phone battery. Once your mobile phone is dead, you charge it again and you can use it again. So in these types of cells, the chemical reactions which are taking place are reversible in nature. These cells can be recharged again and again. Also, a secondary cell is also commonly known as an accumulator. When an accumulator is assembled, it is first charged by connecting to an external direct current source known as a cell or a battery charger. During charging process, electrical energy is transformed into chemical energy, which is stored in the cell. When the same cell is used to maintain the flow of the current, it again converts the chemical energy into the electrical energy and the cell is discharged. However, it can be recharged again as before and thus can be used again and again. Examples of these secondary cells are lead accumulator and alkali accumulator, which is the nickel and iron cell. Generally, secondary cells provide a stronger current flow in a circuit as compared to the primary cells. So now let us see some images of secondary cells. The first image is of the lead accumulator, and these type of cells or batteries are used in our cars. The second image is of the alkali cell, which we must have used in our daily life. And the third image is the batteries which we use in our mobiles, and these batteries are called lithium ion batteries. Let us differentiate between primary cells and secondary cells. In primary cells, the chemical reactions taking place are non-reversible in nature, whereas in secondary cells, they are reversible in nature. As primary cells cannot be charged again, the chemical energy is continuously being consumed so as to produce electrical energy. But in secondary cells, they can be charged as well as discharged. So during the charging process, the electrical energy supplied to the cell is converted and stored as chemical energy of the cell. During discharging process, the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. As in the primary cells, the chemical reactions are non-reversible in nature, so it cannot be recharged again and again and is to be thrown when chemical energy of the cell is fully consumed. But the secondary cells can be recharged and used for a long time. Primary cells cannot supply a strong current, whereas secondary cells can supply a strong current. Examples of primary cell are voltaic cell, Lagrange cell, Daniell cell, dry cell, whereas examples of secondary cell are lead accumulator cell, alkali accumulator, lithium hydride battery. Battery. A combination of two or more cells is called a battery. A battery can supply stronger current in a given circuit as compared to a single cell. For example, the commonly used car battery consists of a combination of 6 lead accumulators. So a battery is simply a combination of two or more cells. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.